Hey, everybody. Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Make sure you like, um, subscribe. Let me get into the chat over here. Share and make sure you hit the notification bell to let you know when I go live or when I post anything on this channel. And let's see. I still don't want to show up. Okay. I can't change that yet. Okay. So let's see. Let's see here. So we got 58 in the chat already. Okay. So this is going to be a just downloaded messages and then talk about certain events that has happened for across the board over across the world when it comes to the overall collective, the things that have been falling out the treasure box, and so on, right? So I do have my paper, just so y'all know. I got one of my spirals over here that I have been writing down the messages. So it's over here on the side where I have all this stuff on here. And this is where I was doing like the black screen messages. And then I was like, you know what? I have my little coffee cup. This could be very good when it comes to my little coffee cup that I just had this coffee cup. I was like, what am I to use this coffee cup for? And I was like, you know what? I can use it for my downloaded messages, right? And I was like, be creative, Larasha. Just do stuff on your own, your unique self. Allow it to trust the process on new things that you start and trying to reestablish things that I started a long time ago. I used to have something called, what was it called? The 2 cents. That's what I first started. It was called, like, when I was doing my daily messages, it was called the 2 cents. I was here to bring you the 2 cents. And I forgot what I used to call it. That was when I first started. So I was just like, but again, then you transition out of that, you start new things, and then you have your subscribers and they like certain things. So you shy away from certain things and you start brand new things. And then, like I told you, part of me clearing out this energy for this channel is like, bring in a different type of, not a different type of vibe, but the old vibe that when I first started here, it was a little bit more mellow. And then I was doing a lot of love readings and all that stuff. And now I was doing a lot of series, and it was just a lot of energy. And then also going back and forth with other tarot readers, and then having the gain stock in. And I was just like, you know what, let's clear this energy out on this channel. So I was been going back and forth with my higher self and then my ancestors on how to do that, because there's a lot of things, like I told you, still the deck is in the end of the final stages of its creation. So I will be launching that soon, which again, my 40th birthday is this year, and I still haven't made a decision on what I want to do for my birthday. And my kids is just like, because my kids' birthday, all except for one of them's birthday, is before mine. And so they're just like, what are you going to do for your birthday? And they're like, your 40th birthday is something that's supposed to be big. But on my other birthdays, I have had all these parties, and then I'm not in the same energy that I was back then, so I don't want to waste all this money buying, throwing a birthday party and all this stuff. So I'm just sitting here like, I'm fine with just like doing a photo shoot and eating, and that's it, but I don't know. Things can change. It still ain't even April yet. We're at the end of March, so I still haven't decided on what I want to do for that. So I'm trying to make a decisions on that. And then on top of that, just the energy yesterday. That's one thing that I have on this paper. So energy drained yesterday. Okay, so the energy drain. I don't know about y'all yesterday. I felt like I didn't have no energy in me at all yesterday. I feel like I was just on a zombie mode, right? Where it was just like I could feel myself saying and hear myself saying, pick up your feet, Russia. Like I don't know what type of energy that was yesterday. But I think it has to do with like the Oscars because the Oscars energy is the Pharaoh, and I probably won't say his name right. Fat. It's PH. Okay, I'm spelling it wrong too. Okay, his energy when it comes to the Oscars, and that's the whole reason why they have Little Man of the award. That's his energy that is presented when it comes to the Oscars. So, yeah, PTH. Yeah, him. Yeah, him. Okay, him. If you pay attention, don't that look like the Oscars? Don't be stupid. But that little sign, that little fucking award that they got. So all that stuff, I was thinking about everything, right? I was thinking about everything. And I was like, all the stuff that happened with Will Smith, the thing that happened with Tiffany Haddish. Did y'all see that? Like they so hooked on what happened with Will Smith. Let me put my I don't need my Palo Santo anymore. Let me keep this cup over here. Let me put it up there. They were so focused on what happened with Will Smith, but did y'all see how that what do you call them motherfuckers that you talk to? Announcers, the lady, she was trying to talk to her about the gown that she had on, and this bitch said the costume, and Tiffany ate her ass up. I was like, oh bitch, you tried to sit there and try to downplay somebody's success and what they have, and you got the right black bitch. And I'm gonna say that you got the right one that already shows in her character that she don't give a fuck. If you're gonna sit there and try to belittle her, she gonna give you what she wants. Okay, so I think a lot of people don't even know, but if y'all know who Tiffany Haddish is, she's the one that played in the movie with who was it, Taraji. She played also, I think she played in movies as far as Scream too, right? Did she play in Scream? One of the movies, like it was something else that she played in that has something to do with the Wayans brothers. I can't remember which one it is. So let me do it. Hold on. It was the ET reporter. Hold on. Let me put it on all the way so you can hear. And it says ET reporter asked Tiffany Haddish if she changed her costume at the Oscars. Okay.
Do a little costume change? I'm not wearing a costume. I'm wearing Dolce & Gabbana. Oh. It's called an evening gown, darling. This is not, no one's paying me for this. I pay for it. It's custom. Thank you. Time of death for me right now. You look gorgeous. This is not an acting gig. This is my life. This what fame look like. This what success look like. This what money look like. This what it look like. It's what it look like. When is your book coming out called This What It Looked Like? And I will just read
this part.
The book's not coming no time soon, but I Curse You With Joy will be out in November. Okay. And Layla, the Last Black Unicorn, will be out next month. So much right now. Okay. I'm just, trying to accomplish a lot of things before 50. What are you doing? Well, I'm wondering something. You're out here with no shoes on. I'm jealous. No shoes on. Here's the thing. From? I'm from Chicago. And you out here with no shoes on? This is warm weather to me. I know. It's hot out here to you, right?
Yeah. Bitches like that. People that's in energy like that. She ate her ass up in the most professional way possible. And I bet you after she got finished talking to that reporter had to pick up her motherfucking face real quick and probably couldn't even go and try to, talk to somebody else, because at that time, bitch, she just slayed your ass, right? Slayed you, put you in the grave, dug your ass back up, and then resurrected you herself. Like, seriously, like I was just like, wow, these bitches is bold, bro. I was just like, okay, so people were in that energy. So nobody knew that that even existed in the Oscars because everybody was so focusing on, was so focused on, was so focused on Will Smith and Chris Rock's energy, right? So it was just so crazy to me that all that was happening all at once when it comes to that Oscar, because that has to do with again, his energy as far as when it comes to a pharaoh and what he was. He was the one that was like the one that brought peace to all the pharaohs. He was the one that was able to get all the pharaohs on track whenever they got into a feud, or when they got into an argument, or when there was a breach in a contract. He was the one that would look like he was the one that was the overall all-seeing person for that. And so just imagine the energy that the Oscars had with, again, two Manelan men that are in high positions go through that, right, in front of the world, in front of because it's going to be broadcasted live, right? Again, Will Smith is going through his humiliation when it comes to, again, his marriage. So his emotions, again, I told you, him and Jada is definitely twin flames after him going to go fucking smack Chris Brown, bro. And he is in this mother. And I told you this, there's going to be this masculine that don't give a fuck. And he going to be in this Royal Rumble. And it's just going to take that one thing. And it was Will Smith. And guess what? Will Smith has already presented himself to us as Hancock. So like I said, him and Jada know what's going on. When they had that conversation at that table, when I told you, when she said about August Alsina, she knew that they knew that their life was changing. The lifestyle that they was living was really, you know, sinking in when it comes to just being, you know, a celebrity, also being, you know, a predominantly Black, strong family, right? When it comes to just who they are, their legacy, their empire that they created, right? They are different when it comes to their energy, when it comes to other people, right? They have their own energy. And that's one reason when they started off, they had that openness when it comes to their relationship, but it did leave them trials and tribulations when it comes to having an open relationship. So again, the shoe got put on the other foot. And like I said, same thing when it comes to you, divine feminine, when it's on your journey, when it comes to your masculine, the shoe is on the other foot. Your masculine is watching you getting praised. Your masculine is watching other people see you, but at the same time, your masculine is watching you in pain, right? Because Will Smith was not there to comfort, you know, Jada the way that she would like him to. And they have talked about this publicly, right? So divine feminine, you are in the same energy. Just because they are celebrities does not mean that you are not going through the same, you know, trials and tribulations that they're going through. They just got the money. They just got the camera and the fame, the stuff that's on you. But why don't sit there and think that your life is not just as entertaining as theirs without the money, right? Don't. And that's where I feel like a lot of people lose sight of what their journey is really about. There's people that are put in the spotlight before you because, again, I did a reader. You could be that latent blooming leader that is meant to rise later on to help these celebrities when they in this emotional state. They don't know where to go, right? Because some of them already know they've been waiting for us to wake up. Some of them over there at the Oscars was doing motherfucking rituals on our fucking crown chakras because they already know what that energy represents when it comes to the bloodlines. Pay attention to the clothes that they was wearing, right? That's another thing. These celebrities, they show the clothing, they wear certain things that shows you that what they are affiliated with when it comes to things outside of them entertaining us, right? So the energy draining moment yesterday because of the fact of, again, rituals, also where we are as far as when it comes to your enlightenment. A lot of things is happening when it comes to your crown chakras. I'm hearing a lot of different frequencies at the same time. Yesterday, I was like, damn, I'm hearing all these different frequencies, but I can't move. Like I can move, but it just felt like I felt every step I was taking. Like, like I don't know how to explain that. I ain't never felt that way before. But there is times where, when the elite is the one and then also you got to remember Easter's coming around the corner. So this is when they start doing heavy rituals. So you got to remember, you got to get back in that aha moment. Okay, what timeline are we in right now? What month is it? What holidays is coming around the corner? Okay, what full moon did we have? You have to start paying attention to all that to see exactly why are we in this stuck energy, right? Zombie mode energy. And again, we all know, like I said, they're put there as entertainers to entertain us because the entertainment business is connected to the government, is connected to, the Vatican. Again, a lot of them, the Vatican is connected to, the Freemasons, the elites, and all that. So they have certain clothes, like the things that Wesley Snipes had on yesterday. Let's talk about him. I mean, the other day, I ain't gonna say yesterday, but it seemed like the shit happened yesterday. But he had on a purple suit, but they had, how the Freemasons and the Illuminati, they wear that at the bottom of it, they wear, that little wraparound thing, that little, I don't know what the fuck they call it it's like a skirt. It's part of like a skirt, but and they have it, he had one on, but it was a full color. So I was paying attention to a lot of things that I noticed, especially when it comes to certain roles that these people play in certain movies, right? So yeah, it was crazy. Again, people were sitting there asking, why did Will Smith open slap him? Why did he slap him instead of punching him? A slap charge is way lesser than an open fist. Okay, some states, and I don't know, some states and some countries have the you can slap your child. I ain't gonna say no adult, because an adult gonna see that, they're gonna see that more as an assault. But they did have some states and some countries where you are allowed to open fist slap your child. And then again, when it comes to an adult, he knew, because again, who he is, they take self-defense classes, they know the laws, and they know what to do and what they can do and what they can get away with. Because he knows that open slap is only gonna get him a little misdemeanor, which is gonna give him like a fine or like anywhere to 6 months in jail. They ain't gonna give him 6 months in jail for that. You see what I'm saying? So he knew what the fuck he was doing. Like I told you, it was crazy to see, but it happened. But again, they're saying that Chris Rock didn't even know. A lot of people didn't even know about Jada's disease. So I don't know how true that is. We don't know. Okay. But I thought that they was friends. If you were a close friend, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know when she went public and started saying that she had the disease, because I know a lot of people were talking about the family, why they always going bald-headed and stuff. And now, people are getting the extra information about it. And the people that possibly was talking about her before probably feel bad of emotions because they didn't have the whole story. So they misjudged somebody in their family. And now, what I'm saying? That's how that shit happens. Same thing with you, Divine Feminine. When it's you and your divine feminine, divine masculines on this journey, and divine feminine, you over here doing this and going spiritual and understanding why you living in this world and who these masculines and these family members and these friends and these other, celebrities are, or these politicians are when it comes to your life, you understanding your journey, you get misjudged, right? So it's the same thing. It's just that they're in the public, right? Everybody told me I need to, when it comes to the end of the day, there's going to be a movie, there's going to be a book, right, made for when it comes to me. But same thing when it comes to anybody that's watching me. You never know, your book, your movie could really inspire somebody to, again, live another day, right? You can give somebody inspiration of not committing suicide, not taking their life, not going around the wrong path, robbing, shooting somebody. You never know what you can do, right? Help one helps 10, right? Now we're in an energy of you helping one, you help 1,000, right? Depending on whatever you're doing. If you're on a platform like this, and people are watching you and they from every different sector. Just imagine how you're sparking that Care Bear energy in that person that's watching you. And then that person takes what they're watching, that knowledge, that energy, that lesson that they learned from you, and then pushes it out to somebody else that's in their area, in their circle. People say, how does that get 1,000? Numbers move fast. You should know that as when you counting your money and your moolah. Them dollars add up real quick, right? And you can add them up as real quick, and then they can go away as fast as you add it up. So understanding the energy that you're in, right? So I feel like this also has to do with this daylight savings time stuff too, because with the daylight savings time and Biden going ahead and saying, okay, we're going to stop that, let that shit no longer exist. We ain't gonna do that no more. Again, I told you the 1700s with Benjamin Franklin, they've been doing daylight savings time. Since then, we've been losing, with shit. It seems like we've been losing two hours every time they do that, but it put us ahead of other countries by 3 to 5 years. And that's what they want me to say. They don't want me to stick with this 3 years. They want me to stick to anywhere between 3 to 5 years, because there's different parts of the countries that are getting taught something totally different, right? Again, United States, you are, as far as when it comes to a company well, yeah, that's what we are, fucking a corporation. I said that shit right. But a country. Ancestors over here like, shit, fuck all that, and be real with these people. That's what we are. Because guess what? It was the bankers that bought out the United States. Okay, that's how they got the shit. Okay, so we still a corporation that's in debt. But guess what? That shit ain't gonna happen once I get in this motherfucker. That we don't owe shit. Because guess what? You got to remember, one reason why they do not want you pharaohs to wake up. These pharaohs and these originals and these gods. When it comes to this land, they don't give a fuck. Okay, in the contracts, and when you remember who you are, whoever is the president, the dictator, or whatever for that country has to sign over all rights to you. Remember, there's certain pyramids across the country that has your information as a pharaoh or a god inside of those pyramids. There are certain countries that only worship certain gods and certain pharaohs because, again, that's their sector. Okay, think of this like, what's that fucking, that Killing, I always say Killing Mockingbird, but it's not called Killing Mockingbird, but that's how I remember what I'm talking about. That Mockingbird thing, Hunger Games. There we go. That's how I have to remember that movie. Okay, Hunger Games. When you know how they did everything and they were looking over each sector, and then when she won, she was the one that was in control of everything. So it's the same type of situation when it comes to you, when it comes to who you are as an individual, and then you reviving your soul, right? Because only gods and pharaohs have souls, right? They ain't gonna have no, a spirit is not a god or a pharaoh. I'm gonna say this just now. A spirit is not a god or a pharaoh. Okay. Now, could they be a higher position in whatever dignity that they're classified for? Yes. But so wise, it's these pharaohs and these guys that's getting reincarnated over and over and over and over and over. And they're using their bodies. And that's one reason why they dug them bitches up for when they do these rituals. Okay. So using the pyramids, we all know, like I told you, the United States, they hid all your pyramids. They cut them down. Some of them still exist. The Mississippi has nothing but pyramid, leftover plateau ruins, and pyramids was all across the United States. They even had a pyramid in Idaho. People like, what the fuck is in Idaho? But guess what? You know what Idaho is famous for? Potatoes, right? So pay attention. Okay, so There's all types of different pyramids that they have across the United States. There's reasons why they had us in this daylight savings time to see if these gods and these pharaohs are going to be like, they speeded us up to see if we are really aligned with what our true path is. They try to sabotage us at the same time when it comes to trying to slow us down when it comes to us awakening. But at the end of the day, it's not going to play out, and there's not playing out in their favor, right? And so again, this is where I go back to what I was saying, where divine masculine is possibly on the right time, because we have been sped up anywhere between 3 to 5 years, and your masculine is still on this 2018 energy. Okay. He's still in this 2018 energy. Okay. So this is where you got to understand divine feminine. You and your masculine is in two different timelines. Okay. And I feel like, so just think about it. If it is really 2018, 2019, we haven't even hit 2020 yet. So just imagine just imagine if 2020, that's when the energy is supposed to have this big old manifesting energy, right? Where everybody can feel it. We didn't feel that in 2020. But yes, let's say in 2000, so when it's 2018 right now, right? Okay, so 2024, which is after 2023, when all pharaohs wake up. So 2020 will be really 2000. Okay, when we're in 2023, it will really be 2020. Yeah, they're trying to make sure that you're aligned with your path. So let's say, this is why I tell everybody, y'all need to go back to whatever year it was, 2006, when they started to leave and they start saying, hey, if you got all this money, you can get on this trip to go to the moon, or it was Mars. We're going to take you to Mars and you can live on Mars for the next 6 years. I think it was the next 6 years. And the only people that had money to do that was politicians, the higher elite entertainers to do that, right? They are still doing those same trips. I saw somebody on TikTok saying, I'm getting ready to take a trip to the moon. So now they're doing trips to the moon and the trips to the Mars undetected from a small man, right? But they have already started this, and they put that out in the public in 2006 whenever they started doing this, when they were getting ready to offer these plans. I remember they were talking about even doing like plans. And again, a lot of people don't remember this because a lot of people, we have been zapped in that time, but some people do remember exactly what it is that they did, right? And the things that they were doing back then. Let's see. I'm trying to read what some of y'all saying. Okay, so again, pay attention to the clothes that they wore at the Oscars. Something else that's going on with your masculine. So it says a masculine that done a 180. I hope y'all know what 180 means. In his sexuality is about to do a 360. Okay. So I'm gonna let you figure that out when it comes to your masculine, your situation, the masculines. If you have more than one masculine that could be involved with this, but somebody's getting ready to was in a 180 with his sexuality and is getting ready to go 360. Okay. The reason why this masculine is doing this, he has been taking a lot of thought when it comes to this. This masculine is remembering the past 10 years that have occurred when it comes to his life. He's noticing the changes from what he was focusing on then to where his focus went from this past 10 years. Who was the people that was involved with, him shifting his judgment, or him shifting and getting out and not being realigned with his path. And if this is this same masculine, this could be other masculines that are, straight, that could be talking about this, or they could be, whatever the case may be, your masculine, it could be just a masculine that's just thinking about this. And then the 180 situation could be a totally different masculine, but it could be the same masculine, right? But this masculine is in this process of reviewing his life, and it was the past 10 years. So if you were in this masculine's life in the past 10 years, You came into your masculine's life to shift him and make him come into and having this major awakening, which is allowing him to like I told you, reevaluate his life. It's a different process for these masculines, especially if these masculines are in a 3 to 4 year, 5 year difference as far as lack of just maturity, as far as when it comes to divine feminine. That's the sign of synchronicity going off for a reason. Okay, so you can have a motherfucker that's and then that also makes you understand why some of your masculine's childhood wounds and things have not been healed the proper way, because again, the lack of, and it has to do with this, the way that they changed the Back to the Future and doing this fucking daylight savings time and what's the other one called, spring forward, all that stuff in the United States. You got to know, and some people don't even know that we were the only country that did that, right? And then there was 2 states that don't do it, Arizona and Illinois. And I think it was another one that ended up doing it either. But those states, they was not doing it. It was something that Illinois does not do, somewhere up there that they don't do. But I know Arizona, they can't change shit. Arizona they have active pyramids there. Okay, that's the reason why they have a lot of alien sightings in Arizona. Again, you got to remember, before they drove the imaginary lines, all the desert, Texas, they considered as U.S. desert too. So you're all connected to that, right? Texas, Oklahoma, Nevada. You know, think about all that, New Mexico. Just think about all that, right? Okay. All tied together, all the same land. But again, they got rid of some of y'all pyramids, our pyramids that was here. Okay. Again, ISIS pyramid is the Hoover's Dam, aka the Hoover's Dam. They took over territory and found that in the, I want to say they were making direction to go towards it in the 1800s, but they found it in the late 1800s. And then in the 1900s, that's when they start building the dam, right? They start figuring out what they wanted to do with the dam. And so that's another reason. You got to remember, if you ever been to the Hoover's Dam, you need to go. If you have never been to the Hoover's Dam, the water is the color of this. And I'm not bullshitting. It's even lighter than this. That's mermaid water. Okay. So that's also letting you know certain lands and territories when it comes to Atlantis, and certain things as far as when it comes to the Titans and the Anunnaki and everybody that was living here at that time. Again, the Indians was the ones that were in charge of protecting the pyramids and stuff, because they knew who they came from. That was their bloodline. So they were protecting their ancestors, their bloodlines. They didn't understand them, right? Because a lot of pharaohs went into hiding, and then a lot of pharaohs and gods also start reincarnating as regular humans just to cover up certain things. Same thing with giants. So they said there's many sightings of giants being seen in Nevada, right? In the caves and stuff. They have that all over the YouTube. They have it all over Google, where people have took videos and saw that, because they're flying over on a plane and they're not supposed to be in that territory, and they taking videos and stuff. So there's a lot of, like I told you, there's a lot of whistleblowers to expose certain things that they cover up, and it's up to you. And I don't want to say the B word, because that makes you be lie. So think about the word that you have been saying this whole time. It's a word that is meant to confuse you and make you think that it's not really happening. So that word means be lie, and whatever it is that you are trying to come to knowledge or terms of knowing. So don't stop. Take that word and take that other B word out of your vocabulary. Okay. Somebody said agunstai, whatever that shit means. But again, when they say it, it means good health. And I know it meant something different. So you could say that word instead of saying that. Okay. So a lot of people know that means be lesser than me. So I was saying, so yo knowing that these things are true, replace words. Yo knowing that these things are true after the things that you have seen. Yeah, you're going to have to make your sentence longer and all that shit, because you replace one word and then added on 3 to 4 words. It's okay. Guess what is a part of correcting yourself, right? So knowing that these things are true after the fact that you have saw them, right? You see what other people have researched, you see what other people have came to terms. If you go take trips yourself, go take trips to these places, look this stuff up, right? Go to any of the little events that they have when they have the Pharaoh exhibits that they don't talk about shit here. I remember when they first brought the first one to United States and they made that shit public, and it was in California. And it's and I had won a trip to go to California, and that's where I saw Michelle Obama. And that's a tall transgender woman now that I sit here and think about it. They fooled everybody. Okay. Dave Letterman's show. Okay. I was there when she was there with Dave Letterman and what is his name? Darius Ruckus, the Hootie and the Blowfish. She was there doing his own solo performance because he had his own album and stuff at that time. They had American Airlines had publicly put on their, how you put your voucher, your flying, your boarding pass inside of a little booklet thing, and it had King Tut on there. So that was the first time that they were doing an exhibit. After that, it was supposed to, what's so crazy about it, they've been doing those since then. And I had took this trip back in 2007. They have never put them on TV, right? Why haven't they made any commercials when these cities and these cities in the United States have these certain exhibits when it comes to this ancient information? They don't want you to know about it, right? They know the ones that seek knowledge is going to be the ones that finds it. So again, go back to that big old saying that, these elite and higher ups have: the ones that will see, the ones that will hear, right? You will see what other things that other people will not see. You will hear other things that other people will not hear, right? Does it seem like people gonna think you crazy? Yes. Are you gonna go down a lonely road of being this black sheep and being this lonely, this loner? Absolutely. You're gonna be in hermit mode a lot, right? So I feel like this is just a transitioning phase in divine feminine, divine masculine's life, especially for this masculine that's getting ready to do this whole 360, which is going to be a good thing for you, divine feminine. It don't even have to be your masculine. It could be a family member. You never know. Okay. But you could know about this person's sexuality. And again, they could have, if for the ones of y'all that don't know what 180 means, it means that you started off one way and then you went another way. So you switched your judgment in a certain thing. So if it has to do with this masculine sexuality, he went from being and having sex with girls to having sex with guys, being more predominantly having sex with guys. So this could be a bisexual man, or it could be somebody that decided to just go all the way man. Now this man, after going through this evaluation of the past 10 years of his life, is doing a whole 360. So that's from the whole 360 is going back to where he started from the beginning, and where he going back from the starting from his beginning is with women only. So somebody's getting ready to make a decision to only sleep with women moving forward after he experimented or had both sides and ate the cake on both sides, right? Had 2 cups to choose from. So, and this could be, again, because this masculine is, if these masculines are 3 to 5 years in this delay, this is a time for this masculine to have this change in his life. And then it also said he's been clearing up some things with others and will be to you soon to talk. So that's another thing. So he's, I guess, taking care of certain situations. Let's say if he is involved with somebody right now, he's getting ready to have certain conversations with those peoples, especially if it's the same sex. I feel like this masculine is one of these masculines that is not a masculine that has threats, where it's not anybody that's threatening him to make a decision to change his sexuality. I feel like this is, or if there was threats, it was threats in the past, and he could be the one, he could be coming and telling you and talking about it. But I feel like at this time, this masculine's energy is calm, where he's ready to have this conversation with you and see what your viewpoint is as far as being a divine feminine or being a feminine predominantly in his life. right? Because he could be a masculine that don't understand what a divine feminine, divine masculine is, or whatever. If he does, then your masculine know you, his twin flame, twin ray, divine partner, life partner, divine soulmate. He's going to say that if you have already established that conversation with him in the past, right? But if it's a masculine that, you know, you just been with for a while, or, and, you know, off and on, and then he's coming in and he don't understand your journey, but he was like, yeah, I used to sleep with men, but now I'm this way. Again, go back to that song J. Cole. The entertainment people are putting these same songs on out for a reason, and this is something that Nikki is talking about in the public, is, you know, exposing the same-sex relationships in the industry when it comes to a lot of rappers being, you know, down low. And so with J. Cole in that song that he says, again, makes a gay man reconsider. And I said that before. So I feel like this is the energy where it's that masculine that has dibble dab it, and it had his cookie or two, you know, a couple of cookies, a lot of cookies, whatever. And he feels at this time that this is the time for him to make this decision, which is a big decision change in this masculine's life. So he's having the right conversations with the people, so he can have this closure with them in, you know, in these relationships with these masculines or these other women, if he's making a decision just to be with you, the right way. Okay, so this is a masculine that's not being threatened at this time. So this is going to possibly, we don't know, it could be your twin flame or what. If it's not your twin flame, this is where you're going to be like, oh shit, here we go. This is why Will Smith is in this Hancock energy, and you seeing Will Smith because Will Smith is Jada's twin flame. August is shit. But I don't know what you want to call him right now. I would say life partner shit, because they making the same motherfucking money. They all been through the same life experiences, so he could be life partner. They could be something totally different. But I ain't the one to gossip. But you didn't hear that from me. I don't want to be trying to break down her love relationships for her. But again, I am a light worker, and that's what I do, and that's what I help people help people with doing. So I don't know. It was just one crazy reading that I had where this lady was like, I'm trying to figure out which masculine is which. And this is the first time that I ever did a reading where I did a deck, use my deck, and each reading, like for that masculine and the other masculine, each different divine countership partner title came out. And I was just like, there you go. Like, when it's something that's easy like that, when you have the cards to help clarify it. And that's one reason why I created my deck. A deck just for me is created where it has all the different titles that you can have as a feminine and a masculine in that deck. And I feel like I'm the only one that has done that so far, just to help everybody out when it comes to clarifying and, you know, understanding exactly who these masculines and these feminines are in your life. So helping you understand your journey is best, right? So I feel like this masculine's been understanding his journey, possibly through his sexuality and his childhood wounds that's leading to him to where he is now. And he's getting ready to come in with this offer, and hopefully you are open arms to him. So I'm going to do, let's see real quick. I'm going to use, what card can I use? What deck do I want to use? Let's use this deck. And let's see what this masculine's focus is right now. So what is this masculine's focus right now that's on this 360 energy? What is this masculine's focus right now that's on this 360 energy? What is this masculine focus now that's on this 360 energy? What is this divine masculine's focus now that's on this 360 energy? Do I need to say anything more? The Emperor. He trying to, he getting ready to stand up and being your emperor. So this represents Aries/Taurus. I feel like somebody getting ready to get a solid offer from this emperor. This emperor is solid with his emotions, his feelings. He knows where he wants to be. Did it take him a while in order for him to realize that he was this emperor, this god, this pharaoh? Absolutely. But now he is no longer scared. Nothing is holding this masculine back. right? So he's hoping that, again, this conversation that you and him have, he knows it's going to be a grown adult conversation that's getting ready to be had. And I'm going to go ahead and end this. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, as well as share, and you have a great day.